In this video, I'd like to speak directly about the issue of prostate cancer in men. As a matter of fact, in the next 24 hours, 90 men will die in the United States of prostate cancer. And actually, 90 men will die every day this year of prostate cancer in the United States, as it's the second most cause of cancer death in men in the U.S. Hello, my name is Dr. Robert Bartosh of Proactive Wellness and Injury Center, and I'd like to share with you some information that I believe is most important and can be very empowering if acted upon. You know, the sad fact is that there are a lot of men today who are relying upon what I call a false or a deception, false information or a deception. Because it's not uncommon to hear men come in and their burden is lifted. They feel really good because they've had a PSA test done, and the doctor, and the level might be 4 or below, and their doctor has given them a clean bill of health. But I want you to know that that's not true, because at least 15%, that is 1 out of every 6 men who has a PSA test whose level is 4 or less actually has cancer. And this is a sad fact, because the PSA is not an end-all, it's not a be-all test. As a matter of fact, with the PSA test, men who have a PSA level of 4 up to 10, it's estimated that at least 1 out of 4 of those men has cancer. 25% of those men that have a PSA test from a level of 4 up to 10 actually have cancer. Now, the startling fact in this is that, the normals would be 4 to 5.5. So we're saying that it should be much, much higher. The amount of men with cancer should be much, much higher if it's already up to 10, but the fact is only 1 out of 4 has the cancer. So the question then is, well, what do you do? Well, when you go to your doctor, certainly I'm not advocating that you argue with him or her. If he or she recommends a PSA test, fine, have it done. But be very adamant in your request that he or she also do what's called an IGF-1 test, an insulin-like growth factor test. It's the IGF-1 test, and have that performed as well. You see, the research out of Harvard and Johns Hopkins and UCLA Medical Center has demonstrated and has shown us that if the IGF-1 level is elevated, then that individual has a tremendous propensity to develop cancer. Actually, that individual is 4 times as likely to develop prostate cancer. Now, it's the IGF-1. It's a motor. It's a peptide, if you will, that drives the hormone production in men. So if it's high, that means that the hormone level in men is going to be high, and then that individual is 4 times as likely to develop cancer. So this is the point. The research from these showed that when this test was done, when the IGF-1 test was done and it was elevated, even though the individual had a normal PSA at the time, 7 years later, when the cancer presented itself, was when the PSA started to rise. So let me explain. The PSA, even though it was ranging as a normal level, 4 and below, the individual still had cancer that was developing. And it was only after a 7-year production of cancer in that individual's body did the PSA level go up. So again, an individual can have a low PSA level, be within the normal limits, and think that he is clear of prostate cancer when in fact he already has developed it. So how do you determine it? You ask your doctor, in addition to the PSA, to have the IGF-1 test done. The IGF-1 test. And if you find that the IGF-1 levels are high, if those levels are high, even if your PSA comes back normal, you want to then find a doctor who can find out the cause, what's driving your hormone level up, so that you can arrest it, so that you can eradicate it, so that you can reverse it, and you can stop this cancer from developing in your body. Can it be done? Absolutely, positively. But look, guys, it's your body, it's your health, and I provide this information so that you can make quality decisions, all right? Because your health is the most important thing that you have. Hey, look, I hope that you found this information valuable. And if you can't find a doctor in your area that can help you out, please don't hesitate to contact our office. And as I was saying, if you find this information helpful, I invite you to subscribe to our YouTube channel, which is Proactive Wellness. All right? And once again, and as always, I want to thank you for viewing this video. And until the next one, God bless.